Welcome to part 3 of a 5-part series on phonetics for academic presentations. This series covers essential suprasegmental speaking skills for multilingual presenters seeking to share their findings on a global stage. In this video, we will cover a key factor in speaker intelligibility or comprehensibility, lexical stress. So first, what is stress? Linguistic stress is a prominence relation between syllables. Just like we can count the number of syllables, presentation, that's 4 syllables, we can also identify which syllable is the most prominent or emphasized. So which of the 4 syllables in presentation is emphasized? Presentation, the third. Stress is relative emphasis. While difficult to define phonetically, this emphasis can sound like a change in vocal qualities such as pitch, volume, or a lengthened vowel. In English, sometimes the only difference between a verb and a noun is which part is stressed. So we reject the reject. We record the record. We convert the convert. We insult someone with an insult. Do you see a pattern here? Yes, these 2-syllable verbs often stress the second syllable. The nouns often stress the first syllable. We can also stress specific words, which we will talk about in the next video in this series. Stress on syllables is called lexical stress. Lexical stress is a crucial speaking skill and listening skill. It helps listeners divide longer stretches of speech into separate words. Lexical stress is the way emphasis is placed on those syllables within words. Another example of lexical stress: incite versus insight. These words are phonetically the same, but have different meanings and spellings. How can we tell the difference? By the way stress is placed within the 2 words. Incite, insight. So if you're thinking, but what if there are multiple levels of stress within a word or a sentence? You're right. Linguistic stress is always relative emphasis on one word or syllable. Most phonologists agree that there are at least 4 levels of stress. In this video series, we will focus on primary stress. Which word or sound is most emphasized? We will divide into 2 categories using capitalization: stressed versus unstressed or less stressed sounds. Let's practice. See if you can identify the stressed syllable within these speech clips.
And thanks to my country, Germany.
Please change our country.
Engine of growth for the country.
A small country that was established 46 years ago.
Can you identify which of the syllables are stressed? So English uses variable stress. Stress patterns don't have clear, predictable rules in English. Some languages, such as French and Mandarin Putonghua, are analyzed as lacking stress. So yes, there are stress-free languages, and English is not one of them. This can be a challenge for English language learners. However, research indicates that lexical stress plays a critical role in speaker intelligibility, and lexical stress is learnable. Ready for an easy tip you can remember? For 90% of content words, which are nouns, verbs, and adjectives, it's the first syllable of the word that is stressed. Or the word is monosyllabic, meaning it only has one syllable. The remaining 10% largely contain prefixes or similar parts of speech that would impact that most common stress is the first syllable stress pattern. Make sense? A final point to remember. Lexical stress is specific to individual words. So, when you're learning new vocabulary, pay attention to which syllables are stressed. Join me for the next video on contrastive stress, or how to stress specific words to show contrast.